Welcome to the Geneva Watch Days, the first and only Swiss watch fair run in Switzerland in 2020, despite of the COVID, and thanks to 70 brands led by Bulgari, which strongly believe that despite the COVID-19, we shouldn't give up 2020. So, with those other 16 brands, what we've built is an extraordinarily innovative watch fair. It's decentralized, it's partly digital, and it's self-managed. Meaning by that today I'm talking on the one hand to the whole world through a lot of Zoom meetings, but at the same time I will start to meet many media and retailing partners who came from Europe, essentially a bit from Middle East. It's also decentralized physically. We want to take all measures to prevent infection. So each brand is showcasing its novelties in a different location. Obviously Geneva is a small city, so everything is walking distance, and there is a big tent where all our guests are welcome to the Geneva Watch Days when they arrive in Geneva, and when in the evening we have beautiful dinners where we can enjoy socializing together. And it's self-managed. There is not a big organization to create that fair. Each brand has delegated a couple of its managers to make it ourselves, and the consequence is that it's also very cost efficient. With the COVID context, which is putting a lot of pressure on the brand financial, this is also something which matters a lot. Starting obviously with a new world record, Octo Finissimo has built really a legend in the last 6 years, bringing to life 6 world records. This is the 6th one. The whole saga started in 2014, and ever since, Octo Finissimo has been probably the most awarded ever watch in the history of the Swiss watch industry. Just have in mind that Octo Finissimo received 60 major international awards in the past 6 years. Not to mention Geneva Watchmaking Grand Prix. So this is really the watch of the 21st century. Then, still on Octo Finissimo, it's not only, a 155,000 euro Tourbillon Chronograph and the thinnest ever. We further develop the watch, coming with a 3 hours, minutes, seconds watch, a bit different from the titanium automatic watch in the sense that it's using the same movement, but the relationship between the case band thickness and the diameter of the watch has been totally redesigned so that the aesthetical balance is close to perfection. It's never perfect, but it's close to perfection. And together with that, we substituted titanium or carbon with steel. Steel is the mainstream material used by the watchmaking industry in luxury watches. Think about the leading brands on the market. And with steel, we get really a more daily, familiar look of the Octo Finissimo. Thanks also to the new relationship between thickness and diameter. This watch now is 100 meters waterproof. There is a screw crown, so it's really the ultimate luxury daily watch of the 21st century, a watch which you can wear at the Maldives when you go scuba diving, as well as in a board meeting very seriously. And I think for many gentlemen, having a watch fitting their contemporary slim fit style, thanks to Octo Finissimo 100 meters, is something which matters. We rushed a development which we feel is a major breakthrough towards a clientele which matters more and more, which are millennials. Octo Finissimo speaks and resonates more to people already with a certain watchmaking education. It's a sophisticated, quite expensive proposal. So we thought, what can we provide, remaining true to our values, being contemporary, being genius in design, but be also sophisticated mechanically, to our younger clients so that Bulgari become relevant to them not only as a jeweler, which is, but also as a watchmaker. And we came with the idea of redesigning, relaunching an icon of the late 20th century, which was the famous Bvlgari Aluminium. And this aluminium has been an incredible success story for Bulgari. It has been stopped, unfortunately, after 10 years of life, when it was still very, very important, because the brand wanted to make more iron statements and had the wrong belief that with the aluminium, there was a contradiction. I think there's no contradiction. Aluminium indeed was in quartz. The new one is mechanical only, so no issue. Not only mechanical, but if you look at the new chronograph, it's an integrated movement. So it's already, a quite refined movement. The watch is not a small watch any longer. It was 38 millimeters in the 90s. Today it's 40. And the look is more 41, by the way. Still, we've maintained the strong contrast between the black rubber and the silver aluminium, but the aluminium is a much higher quality aluminium. Today it's anodized, so there's no more or much less corrosion risk that we used to have in the 90s. Even so, this never really triggered much client frustration. And then it's not aluminum only. I mean, as you can see from the back of the case, there is a lot of titanium. Titanium is as light as aluminum, so it doesn't compromise, I mean, the concept. So it's a three-material watch fusing titanium, aluminum, and rubber. There's not even a screw common with the initial version. Everything has been redesigned. And this collection is coming at very attractive price for sophisticated mechanical watch. That is for the hours, minutes, second, 2850 euros or Swiss francs, and 4,000 for the chronograph mechanical, which makes, I would say, the proposal quite irresistible. So we really believe that this watch will be, again, a generational success, the same way the aluminum has been to my generation in those late 90s. Then, last but not least, but I have to jump to another brand. Strange, the Bulgari CEO is talking about another brand. We're talking about another brand because it belongs to Bulgari, so we can do it absolutely openly. It's Gerald Genta. Gerald Genta is probably one of the major masters in Swiss watch designs of the 20th century. Many people refer to him as the Picasso of watches, which says everything. And truly, Gerald Genta has been very important to Bulgari because thanks to Genta in 2000, when we acquired the company, we got a major step forward into the mastering of watchmaking, complication and complexity. And secondarily, obviously, we acquired also the intellectual property on designs, including the famous Arena. Arena was one of the master design of the Master Genta. And this is a very strong design, but at the same time, there is a signature movement in it, the famous Bi-Retro. Bi-Retro has been really a Gerald Genta idea. It's a totally new way to read time. You have in the small window the hours, it's 2, and then you have the minutes, and each time you get to the 60th minutes, there is a jumping back to 0. And same, it's Bi-Retro because you have 2 retrograde movements, and the other is for the date, which when it gets to the 31st of August will naturally jump back to the 1st of September. So it's a unique signature watch. Bulgari has totally reinvented it for the Genta. So it's based on the solo tempo Bulgari movement together with the module we've created. But it's still a unique movement on the market, very sophisticated, very complex. So this watch will be sold 16,000 euro. It's in titanium, so it's really designed to resonate with a younger target, more into design, more into advanced materials, more into coolness, more into the dress-up, dress-downtown. And I believe that this watch can really become epochal also for that generation.